son of Southern Baptist sharecroppers didn't always have its perks, but for the young Johnny Cash, who was known as JR, it developed a nice work ethic and successful hardworking mentality. Johnny Cash was born February 26, 1932 in Kingsland, Arkansas, along with 7 other brothers and a sister. At the age of 3, Johnny and his family moved to Arkansas due to the New Deal's farming programs instituted by President Roosevelt to take advantage of the available work. The family lived in a 5-bedroom house while farming 20 acres of seasonal crops such as cotton. A long day of hard physical labor in the fields is how the daily routine occurred for the Cash family. They faced many struggles and hardships. They used music as an outlet from their difficult reality, especially Johnny. The family would sing songs while working in the field. They would sing spiritual and traditional songs, as well as hymns. At the age of 12, John started playing the guitar, and his interest in music evolved. His mother Carrie scraped together money for voice lessons, but the teacher instituted that Johnny didn't need the lessons, and that he should let his natural voice deviate. In 1950, after graduating high school, he moved to Pontiac, Michigan, and began his military career in the U.S. Air Force. He did his basic training in Texas, where he met Vivian Liberto, whom he eventually married and had 4 daughters with. Most of his 4 years in the Air Force, he was stationed in Germany and learned how to read Russian Morse code. It was in Germany that his attention started turning towards music. He played shows for everyone and taught guitar lessons. As a matter of fact, he wrote his hit Folsom Prison Blues in Germany in 1953. It was July of 1954 that Cash was discharged and he moved to Memphis, Tennessee, married Vivian, and formed a tight bond with 2 mechanics named Marshall Grant and Luther Perkins. The 3-man band started playing blues, country, western, and gospel music together. In 1954, he was signed to Sun Records, owned by Sam Phillips, who had previously signed Elvis. Cash wrote Cry, Cry, Cry overnight and sold over 100,000 copies in the southern states alone. Johnny Cash and his sidemen, the Tennessee Two, began touring with Elvis Presley and the other Sun Record artists. Folsom Prison Blues was his second recording and was a national hit, selling millions of copies. He started making appearances at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. By 1958, he had recorded 50 songs, and even pop artists were recording Cash tunes. He had concert tours in Asia, Europe, and Australia, but also he made sure he performed free of charge at prisons across the nation. However, in the 1960s, as Cash's chaotic schedule wore on, it caused him to use drugs such as tranquilizers and amphetamine dextrin. He also drank very heavily. He had several near-death experiences due to overdoses. After the incidents, his wife divorced him, and in 1967, after he was healed and clean, he married Jean Carter Cash, the strong-willed woman who motivated him to make a powerful comeback. Keeping this amazing story in mind, think of the influence on America's culture and society throughout those times. Cash displayed successful work ethics and determined attitude even as a small child working in the fields. As for the cultural aspect, Cash's Ring of Fire is a phrase that refers to the chaos in the United States during the 1960s. For example, events such as the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. and John F. Kennedy and the start of the Vietnam War were occurring during this decade. And my 2 visual aids are a guitar and microphone to represent the revolution of music that he brought on to the era. Thank you.